The name for part 4 of 4. 4. If we illustrate this by applying what we have said, that it concerns nothing other than the systematic usage of a letter, to reduce to reserve to the letter its signifying function, to make it rest on it, and on it alone, the whole edifice of logic, we end up at this very simple thing, that is altogether and plainly that this comes back to what happens when we load up the letter A, for example. If we start speculating about the alphabet, with representing as the letter A all the other letters of the alphabet. From two things: one, either the letters of the alphabet, we enumerate them from B to Z, in which the letter A will represent them without ambiguity, without all the same including itself. But it is clear, on the other hand, that representing these letters of the alphabet as a letter, it has just, very naturally, I will not even say enriched at all, but completed, at the place where we have taken it from, excluded it, the series of letters, and simply in this, that if we start from the fact that A, this is our point of departure concerning identification, is fundamentally never A, there is no difficulty there. The letter A within the parenthesis in which all the letters are arranged that it has just symbolically subsumed is not the same A, and is at the same time the same. There is no kind of difficulty here. There must be even less difficulty, given that those who see one are precisely the ones who invented the notion of set in order to deal with the deficiencies of the notion of class, and as a consequence suspect that there must be something in the function of the set that is different from the function of the class. But this interests us, for what does it say? As I pointed out to you yesterday evening, the metonomical object of desire, that which, amongst all the objects, this chosen little a represents, in which the subject loses her himself, when this object comes to metaphorical light, when we come to substitute it for the subject, who in relation to the demand has come to be syncopated, has fainted, not a trace, barred s, we reveal it, the signifier of this subject, we give it its name, the good object, the mother's breast, the mammary. That's it. The metaphor in which, as we say, all the articulated identifications of the subject's demand are captured. His demand is oral. It's the mother's breast that takes them into its parentheses. It's the A that gives their value to all these units that are going to add up in the signifying chain. A, open brackets, 1 plus 1 plus 1, ... close brackets. The question that we need to ask is about establishing the difference that there is between this usage, which we make of the mammary, and the function that it has in the definition, for example, of the class of mammals. A mammal is one that can be recognized as having mammaries. It is, between you and me, quite strange that we are so poorly informed on what we effectively do with them in each species. The ethology of mammals is still shoddily lagging behind since we're on the subject, as with formal logic, not much further along than Aristotle's level. Excellent work, The History of Animals. But for us, is it this that the signifier mammary is going to mean for us, insofar as it is the object around which we substantiate the subject within a certain kind of relation called pregenital? It is very clear that our usage of it is completely different, much closer to the manipulation of the letter E in our set theory paradox, and to demonstrate it to you, I am going to get you to see this, with A, open brackets, 1 plus 1 plus 1, ... close brackets, it's that among these ones of the demand, of which we have revealed the concrete significance, is there or is there not the breast itself? Using different terms, when we speak of oral fixation, The latent breast, the actual one, the one that your subject goes for, is it mammalian? It is very obvious that it is not, because your orals that adore breasts, they adore breasts because these breasts are a phallus. And it is even for that reason, because it is possible for the breast also to be a phallus, that Melanie Klein makes it appear straight away, as quickly as the breast, right from the start, by saying to us that after all it is a little breast, more convenient, more portable, kinder. You can well see that laying down these structural distinctions can get us somewhere, to the extent that the repressed breast re-emerges as a pushback in the symptom, or even simply in a hit that we haven't qualified elsewhere, the function on the perverted scale to be produced of this something else that is the evocation of the phallus object. The thing can be inscribed thus. What is this little a object? Let's put a little ping-pong ball in its place, i.e. nothing, whatever, whichever prop in the subject's alternating game of four da. Here you can see that it strictly concerns nothing other than the passage of the phallus from A+ to A-, and that thereby we are in the relationship of identification, since we know that, in what the subject assimilates, it's her, him, in her, his frustration. We know that the relationship S to this 1 over A, with it, 1 assuming the signification of the other as such, bears the greatest relationship to the realization of the alternance A minus A, this product of A multiplied by minus A that formally makes A minus A squared. We will grasp why negation is irreducible when there is affirmation and negation. The affirmation of the negation makes a negation, the negation of the affirmation as well. We see right here, even in this formula of minus a squared, we again find the necessity of bringing into play, with the root of this product, the square root of minus 1. What it is a question of, it is not simply about either the presence or the absence of the little a object, but of the conjunction of the two, of the cut. It's the disjunction of A and of minus A that it's about, and it's here where the subject comes to be lodged as such, that the identification gets made with this something that is the object of desire. This is why the point to which, you will see, I have brought you to today is an articulation that will be of use to you in what follows.